Hello and welcome back to Two Gems on a Journey. I am Coryn and this is Scott, and we just filmed our introductory video, and this will be our follow-up. And we're going to do some individual talking and yeah.
I thought I talked a little bit about my background, what I do for a living, and where I came from. So I'll do a quick, why not, a little bio. I was born in Michigan, and my parents moved from there to California when I was 6 years old. Lived in California until, up until 40 something, 2006. And then moved into Washington State, Camas, Washington. Lived down there until 2018, and then finally ended up in Tacoma, and then finally here in Ocean Shores. So that's my living situation. What I do for a living, I'm a software engineer, business analyst, I guess is my correct title, and I work for Costco. I work in their IT and do a lot of work with contracts and document management. And how I got here was I started out when I was like 15 years old, programming an IBM 360 using punch cards and green screens, and end up doing teletype work. I ended up writing games. That was fun. I wrote a little blackjack game in a obscure language called APL. Got away from that because I went, hey, you can't make a living doing games. Who wants to write games? You don't make any money doing that. Well, that's how wrong I was. Anyway, I decided that maybe I wanted to be a pilot, so I got my pilot's license. Then I said, I don't want to do that. I'm good at it, but it feels like I'm driving a bus in the sky all the time. Is that really what I want to do? I'm really curious about things. So I looked back again and I went, oh yeah, I used to program. I think you could probably make money at that. So I got into business programming, got a job at a little company called MAI Basic 4, which is a mini computer company, and did softwares for small, medium-sized businesses, medium-sized and larger. Did that for a number of years. I was the lead developer for a software company that did human resource software, which went really good. Did some pretty innovative stuff with them. Then I went on to a company called FileNet, and at FileNet I worked there for quite a while as a support engineer and then as a trainer. Best job I've ever had in my life. Not to say that Costco is not great, but being a trainer was great because I got to learn the newest software that we were coming out with and trained on it, and got to move to the next one because I get bored kind of quickly when I'm doing that. IBM bought FileNet, and I worked for IBM again for quite a few years. I was coming up on 20 years history of my employment with them, and then I got laid off. That happened in 2016. I tried to start a little company on my own, but I was in a really difficult relationship, and we'll go into that later, and it made it impossible to try to run a business and start a business as a sole proprietor with a partner that was completely uncooperative, even though she claimed that she would be, but that's another story for another day. Got a job at Costco, and from there I worked as a systems, a system administrator of the FileNet system that I had worked on for so many years. Again, like I said, I get bored with what I do, so system administrator is pretty rote stuff. I mean, you get new stuff, quite a bit, but it's making sure the system runs, making sure it's all up to date, security and all that stuff, which is fine. I know how to do that. But my love was programming. So I got a job, switched over to the programming group, and I've been there since, doing programming on the FileNet system, and now Power Apps. Starting to dabble in AI. How do we write with AI? And that's where I've gotten on to my interest in AI and what I'm doing for my other channel. So anyway, that's where I'm at, nearing retirement and looking to continue on with my curiosity of what I like to do, and it's still in the technology area, and so that's who I am.
As you know, my name is Coryn. I was born in Tacoma, Washington, into a military family. My dad is a career military man. He was in the Air Force for 24 years, and he's 97 years old, and he also lives in Tacoma. And we lived in different areas, so I was mostly, up until the time I was 7, I was raised in the Philippines. We had 2 tours there, and I also lived in New Jersey as a child. I don't have a lot of memories of that, but I do have some. And then we moved back to Tacoma in 1970. And very early on, I realized that I wanted to be a hairdresser. That's from very early. I think I was 12 when I decided what I was going to do for a living. And so after I graduated from high school, I went right into cosmetology school, graduated 2 years later. And I remember when I got out of school, I knew that I did not want to work in a place like what we now would call a Supercuts, or back then it was Cut and Curl, and a lot of other names back in the 80s. And I knew I didn't want to do that. I knew that I wanted to find a salon that I could work at for the rest of my life. And I put that out there into the universe. I knew what I wanted to do. I did not want to be going from salon to salon, and I wanted to build a clientele. I wanted to establish myself in a great area. And after a few months, that's exactly what happened. I was led to a salon in Federal Way, Washington. And I have been there my whole 43-year career as a hairstylist. I started there in 1983, in November of 1983. The owner at that time, about a year or so later, started grooming me as a manager. She started teaching me the ropes. And then, so I managed it for many years. And then I left for a year or so to move to Panama with my then husband. And I lived there for a year, came back, and then about 4 years after that, I had my son. And so I left the salon for a few years to stay home with him until he got into kindergarten. I was there for a while. I was there with him for a while. They let me bring him to work, but and then while that was all going on, the owner decided to sell. And so she sold it to somebody else. I worked under her for, I think, about 8 or 9 years, and then I bought it, and I owned it for 20 years. And at the same time, the barber that owned the barbershop next door, he was selling his barbershop. So I ended up buying that too. And so that has been my whole career. My whole career has been at the same place, the same everything. I've seen the people come and go. I've seen the decor changed. And then about 3 years ago, I actually, after I met Scott, I knew that my life was going in a different direction, and I sold it. But I'm still there. I still work there. And so in 1990 something, right before my son was born, my ex-husband and I bought a house in Tacoma, and we still live there. I guess I dig in deep. I guess once I get to a place, I just stay there forever. And so I have always had that house, and but my whole heart has always been in Ocean Shores. When I was 17, my graduation trip was to Ocean Shores. And I fell in love with it. I just fell in love with this area. So zoom ahead 50 years, and when I met Scott, I told him about that. In fact, one of our first dates was here, and we came here many times. And I always told him, "Oh, I want to retire to Ocean Shores." I just kept saying it, and I just was like, "This is what I want to do. This is where my heart is, the ocean." And so after many trips here, back and forth, he proposed to me here, and after many trips back and forth and making bids on places and not getting them and being disappointed, we, as fate would have it, we stumbled across our condo here in Ocean Shores. And we will be putting in clips and showing you what it's like here. But it is, for me, it's an absolute dream come true. Scott made that dream come true for me. So here I am. I'm a 63-year-old hairdresser that has a great life. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
We've gone again a lot longer than we expected, but that's okay. So, so we ended up here. Where are we now?
Ocean Shores.
We're in Ocean Shores.
At our condo in Ocean Shores.
This is our condo, and maybe on the next one we'll do a tour of it.
Yeah, do a little tour
and show you where we're at. It's not huge, but it's perfect for who we are.
We're literally on the beach. And we're steps away from the beach. Now, Ocean Shores.
Right back here, if you can't see it because it's a little cloudy, but if you were looking there, you could see the waves.
Can you see the eagle flying right now? It's right straight out there.
We see eagles. I can't because I'm not looking in the right place.
It's right there.
Oh yeah, or that's a seagull.
That's a seagull, but I think the eagle, he just ducked down. Sorry.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Yeah. So we have eagles, deer, bears, seagulls. Yeah. Seagulls. I'll put a clip in here of some seagulls I caught out here by us. So you can see what we were trying to figure a solution out, and you'll see it when I put it in here. But they make a mess, and they make a mess. I'm looking out a window here, and it is covered with
seagull
squat. Yep, and Coryn just cleaned it, but it's again. So anyway, that's one of the joys of living on the ocean.
So anyway, we're going to wrap this up because we could gush on. We could gush and gush, and we're gushers. So we could gush and gush and talk about how wonderful our life is, and which you'll find that out. So thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Sorry if we're boring people, but this is what we're going to do, and it's going to progress. And come along with us. Yeah. Come along on our journey.
Yeah. And if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. I'll see them. We'll answer them. Coryn always says, "Say anything you want. Be kind."
Be kind.
And
I'm going to tell you why. Because any people who want to be mean to us or criticize us or whatever, I'm immune.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I am absolutely immune. Give it your best shot. I have been through some stuff in my life, and you cannot hurt my feelings. So just give it. So go ahead.
You'll learn about it.
Give us your best shot.
Yeah. So again, subscribe, tell your friends, and it's kind of this is kind of going to be one of our together retirement hobbies, I think. Yeah. Because we both are curious. We like to share. And obviously, we like to talk.
Geminis, as far our brief little closing is, we've told you before, we're both Geminis, which if you're into astrology, our ruler is Mercury, and it's also in Greek mythology. It's our dude is Hermes, and he was the messenger of the gods.
Yeah,
and so that's why Geminis are the communicators. We're the communicators. We are the talkers. So I don't talk as much as I used to.
I know how to make her stop talking.
See you on the next video.
Bye.